worry, don't worry. Maybe these guys keep by themselves. Is that enough? Let me see.
Si hapa kwa kurungwa hana makelele, leo unaikuisha chapu, unapumzika.
Mashabiki wamevuruga, waelewa, angalia meza hii. Kila meza mtu anakaangalia.
moja hapo. Sawa. Nimechukua nimeweka kwenye meza.
Then by then I'll be on 50.
A very good evening, pool lovers. Now, welcome to Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. Personally, it's my second time being here. First time being 11 years ago, the whole of 2014. I was part of a delegation of pool lovers that came to this city, this beautiful city right at the Indian Ocean, at the very end of the African continent, one of the most vibrant cities in East Africa. Dar es Salaam is hosting the CUEMASTERS international competition, the first in the city in 11 years, ever since the All Africa Pool Championships in 2014. That is the tournament that saw the rise of Aiden Joseph, because he came number 2 when he was under 19. And the African Championships that year were won by his fellow countryman Ishmael Mtetwa. Now, as I return to the city, there is this curtain raiser to the main event that is starting tomorrow. It is a 16-man comp involving some of the very finest players that the continent of Africa has got to offer. The likes of these two, Hussein and Caesar. There is Aiden and the Kenyan Collins Tway. There is the Malawian Sanford Griven and Saif Hamad, the Tanzanian. There is Malvan Mokonza taking on the Kenyan in Henry Mwangi. There is the Ugandan in Joseph Kasozi taking on Kelvin Nkandu. There is Brian Kiptalam Loto. The Kenyan, he's taking on the Zambian Royd Kabwe. There is Jeremiah Naido, the South African, taking on another Tanzanian who is called Amadeus Makezerek. I am swimming too much at the same time, so I will not be able to have full commentary throughout the match, but at least you can have a scoreboard which is on the top of the screen. Scores in blue for Abdullah, home side. Scores in red for Caesar, the Ugandan. 2-1, Abdullah Hussein, the Tanzanian, leading against the Ugandan. Race to 7. Live commentary resuming shortly. Dear viewers, the great Tanzanian Abdullah Hussein is leading by 2 frames to 1 against the great Ugandan Caesar Chandiga in this race to 7 in the first round of an ongoing 16-man competition here at CUEMASTERS. We are in the People's United Republic of Tanzania in East Africa. Sorry guys for the poor team management, as it seems to you. Actually, when the fixtures were released for an 8-man comp, there was debate from members of the pool fraternity here at the venue, players, fans, media men like myself, urging the organizers not to have it 8 players only, but increase the number to at least 16 to have wider representation. For a person like myself, it didn't make sense to have 4 Tanzanian players and then no Zim player, no Kenyan player. And imagine Kenya having the biggest delegation, the biggest contingent of players outside the host. So there was a lot of debate, and then of course there was adjustment by CUEMASTERS to have the inclusion of the likes of 2 Kenyans, who are Brian Kiptalam and Colin Sway, then 2 Zimbabweans, that is Malvan Mukonza as well as Eshka Chimbwanda. Then I think adjustment in the number of Tanzanian players, then addition of the 2 South Africans, Pilani Mazambani and Jeremiah Naido. You can really see the need for that. So in this one, there is now a stalemate between Hussein and Caesar. Both good at black ball, but also both good, and so I'm saying very good for both of them in Heibo. Both are 2 of the finest Heibo players on the African continent. The 2 did reach the prize bracket in Heibo in China, especially Saif, it is Hussein who reached the round of last 64 in 2024. That was close, but not close enough. It is a foul. And it is seeming like the Scorpion from Uganda is just about to take the lead this time in the match. Remember, the race is 7. The prize is a place in the quarterfinals, which shall, by the way, be starting right after these ongoing matches. With this kind of pattern, since I will be waiting for on the neighboring table, you can see Saif's body. He is also trying to lead against Ginte from Tanzania. Caesar backspin, directing the cue ball a little off the cushion and into the best position where he can sink the black, which he does, and leads by 3 frames to 2. It is 2-1. Malvan Mukonza is down against Henry Mwangi, the Kenyan. It is 2-1. Saif Hamad actually 3-1. Saif leads against the Malawian, who is loved so much in Kenya. The Kenyans call him Kamau, Stanford Griven. It is 5-1. Yes, it is true that Colin Sway is leading against, guess who? Aiden Joseph, race to 7. It is also 2-1. Joseph Kasozi, the Ugandan, leading against the Zambian Kelvin Fikoti, the match that is live on Break and Finish on Facebook. And then 5-0. Yes. Jeremiah Naido leading against Amadeus Makedzerik. The match between Tonya, the Tanzanian, and the South African Pilani Nkosi, I'm not certain about the scores. Okay, 3-1 I'm told. Pilani is up against Tonya. So it is not all roses for the Tanzanian players, but I'm impressed most especially from Colin Sway, the Kenyan, who was included only on the very last moment because of, yes, a complaint from some of us that the competition lacked a little bit of inclusivity. He's in and is showing it every step of the way that he was worth being in the competition by trying to take out one of the competition's favorites, Aiden Joseph, as early as round number 1. 3-1, Joseph Kasozi leads against Abdullah Hussein, against Kelvin Kandu.
But network is poor. Son, not good. The network is bad. Here you can see it is good, but network is bad. People are complaining. It's already streaming. This one.
Guys, I'm trying to connect the gadgets to a different network service provider, just in case the video is still poor. So if it gets off for some few seconds, please understand.
Go to YouTube. Go to the Wi-Fi.
It may have gotten better. Let me see.
No, it's still bad. Not bad. Still bad.
Yeah, it can show you that it's okay, but so I do like this. I disconnected.